Hey guys, it's Brittany and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're brand new, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell so you will be notified every single time that I upload. I upload every single week, numerous times a week, every single week. Now, I love my new setup. I added some more things to my set. I also have my candles finally, but one of them doesn't work. I don't know if you can see it, or maybe you can. I might cut it off, but it doesn't work. But it looks better, right? With the candles and the candelabras, because they're supposed to be candles. Also, this is my new merch, Tornado Chaser. Link is in the description box. And I love the fact that I'm not even a tornado chaser, but I will be. This is just motivation, and you guys know I'm obsessed with tornadoes, and my favorite movie is Twister, so I feel like I should come up with a hoodie that says tornado chaser by day, ghost hunter by night. So, getting into this video, so imagine, actually not imagine, there's so many people in this world that have experienced many disturbing things. And what if you were one of them? Most likely you are. I know there's a lot of you that have had the craziest experiences, but what if you tried to tell somebody and they don't believe you? What if nobody believes anything that you say about your experience? And I mean, being in the paranormal and having experiences, there's a lot of people out there who think you're crazy, that it's all in your head, that you're talking to yourself all the time. And people don't believe you. But we've all had experiences. Well, not all, but majority. There's so many people out there with experiences. It is insane. So this video is all about the craziest experiences that people have had, mainly as children, which I've noticed is a common factor with everybody, is it happened when they were a kid. And it's something that's just so unbelievable, but something that has stayed with them into their adulthood. When they look back, they're just like, what the heck? And they know what they saw. They know for a fact what they saw. And I'm actually gonna tell you something that happened to me as a child. And we're gonna get into that at the end. So stick around for that, because I've never said this before, ever. And this happened when I was like 4, I think. I feel like I'm just very effed in the head. So when I was a kid, I experienced a lot of weird stuff. And I don't know what this was, but we'll get to that and then sound off below what you think. But it's something that you'll be like, what the heck, girl? Like, were you smoking something as a kid? Because honestly. So now it's time to get into these stories, so buckle up. And these are real stories from real people. This is what they remember. And they know for a fact, like, this happened, but no one is gonna believe me because it's so crazy. When I was 7 or 8, I would have a reoccurring nightmare that one of my dolls came to life, played with me, and then would try to pull me into my closet with her. I'd follow her into the closet at first, but then she'd show me this little door at the back of the closet, and my heart would start to race. I don't know what it was about that door, but I know something bad would happen if I went through it. I'd start to struggle and try to pull away, but the doll was too strong and would start pulling me through the door. At this point in the dream, I'd always wake up screaming. The worst part was I had night terrors, so sometimes I'd wake up standing next to my closet. Every night before bed, I'd make my parents make sure there wasn't a little door at the back of my closet. There never was. I was talking to my mom the other day, and this dream came up. I'm laughing about it and how ridiculously paranoid I was about dolls in that closet, but my mom gets really quiet. She tells me the creepy part of that dream wasn't the doll. It was the fact that there used to be a little door at the back of the closet, but when I was 1 year old, they remodeled the house and put a wall where the door used to be. There's no way I could have remembered that door, but years later, I kept dreaming about it. None of my friends believe this story, but I swear it's true. That freaked me out. When I first read it, like before I came on camera to read it, that freaked me out. And I can see how people be like, oh please, like it's all in your head. No, I believe this person. That's weird, that's messed up. I'm living though, like I wish it would happen to me. I feel like in every video, I wish that would happen to me though. Growing up, I had a friend named Adam. He was never able to come out during the day, only right before all of us kids had to go home for the evening. Adam lived a few houses over in a house with an overgrown yard. I met his parents once. They were very strange, didn't smile, and obviously didn't want me there. I remember Adam telling me that he was sick. That's why he couldn't play that much. He was a small boy, pale, with dark hair. Eventually, Adam stopped showing up altogether, and I eventually moved on, though I do remember going to his house a couple times to see if he could come play, and his dad just gave me this look before closing the door in my face. Later in life, I asked my sister if she remembered him. She doesn't, and according to my parents, that house was empty the entire time we lived there. I don't know who Adam was. I don't know why I so vividly remember him and his parents. As far as I can tell, he wasn't real, and yet I have perfect memories of him and his parents. This next story is probably one of the weirdest things that I've ever heard. Like, I've never heard anything like this before, so get ready. This was 4 years ago. As I was walking on the sidewalk on a busy afternoon, I saw a suspicious boy or man, about 18 years old. He was 10 meters away and walking what looked like towards me. I kept my eyes on him despite the fact that he wasn't looking directly at me. His eyes were roaming, jumping from an object to an object. As we approached one another, half a meter away from each other, he takes out a knife and tries to stab me in my left side. He wasn't really fast, so I easily dodged it and immediately turned to see who he is or if he is trying to stab me again. To my surprise, he continues walking, and after a couple of meters, he stops, turns around and smiles, gives me a thumbs up. Then he continues walking in the opposite direction. Till this day, I don't know who he was, what he wanted, and even my family doesn't believe me. That would traumatize me. That's why, like, if I'm ever, walking out by myself, anyone who's approaching me, or, there's so many weird people. You just can't trust people, right? And I never know what they're thinking, or they're probably thinking the same thing about me. Like, I don't know what she's thinking or what she's doing, but stuff like that freaks me out. I woke up to something. It sounded like a door shutting. At first, I thought it was a dream because I could hear it in the dream as I was waking up. Kind of like when someone calls your name when you're dreaming. But then I looked at my cat. His hair was completely standing up and he was beaming at my bedroom door. This was the moment when I got really scared because I know animals can pick up on that shit. And I thought he might know something's wrong. My cat doesn't do this type of thing unless a dog is in the room. So I looked over at the door, and the only way I can describe it is it looked like it was swaying slowly, like it was breathing, like someone was standing on the other side of it trying to hear if I was awake. This swaying was a shadow. I don't mean a supernatural shadow, but it looked like the shadow of a person behind the door. I was paralyzed in fear, and I laid there for 5 minutes watching this door. I considered yelling and trying to scare them away, but I was terrified someone might respond. I legitimately thought this was the moment where I will have to defend myself or be killed. I don't own a gun, but after 10 minutes or so, I mustered up the courage to check every room in the house. I effing checked every corner too, but there was no one there. I don't know what happened, but my evolutionary traits kicked in and I completely believed someone was outside my door. That is one of the creepiest things ever. And to have those thoughts, such as, this is the moment where I'm either going to have to fight for my life or I'm going to be killed. I couldn't even imagine. And yelling out for help, I know exactly what they mean, even though I've never experienced that, but you're scared of someone responding to you, or maybe that's when they would attack because they know that you know that they're there. That just gave me chills. Oh my God, oh my God. Now, time for my story. So this, okay, I need to get comfortable for this. I don't even know how to explain this. So this happened when I was like 4, maybe I was like 5. I don't know. I swear I went through the weirdest things as a kid. I saw a green hand coming out from the side of my parents' bed, the MIB, the men in the navy blue suits, the shadow in the forest, and now this. So is this paranormal? I don't know. It could be, but at the same time, I had a huge imagination as a kid. Now, obviously, like the green hand, the MIB I don't believe was paranormal. I just believe it was two creeps in the woods? Were they really the men in black? And, you know, I mean, it makes sense, all the theories, and, you know, it was kind of like a little mini series I did on my channel. If you haven't seen those videos yet, definitely check them out. I even went back to the woods to the spot where I saw them. So definitely check that out, but I don't really think it was paranormal. I mean, maybe because they were moving like super fast and chasing an imaginary beaver, which was really weird. And then the shadow I saw in that same forest when I was 9, but this happened when I was like 5 or 4 years old. Okay, so there's a rec center where I used to live, and my mom used to take aerobic classes there, and she was a stay-at-home mom. So when she was taking aerobic classes, she would put me into the daycare there. It was like a daycare or whatever. There's like, you know, like a rec center, there's swimming lessons, like there's a pool, there's exercising, there's like food and everything, but there was also this daycare. So when she would do aerobics, I would be there, and I would be there for like an hour or so or whatever. I don't know, it seemed a lot longer because I was a kid. There was this, like, I don't know if I made this up in my head, but there was this boy named Joey. And he would like taunt me. And I feel like nobody could see him but me. And now, I do remember there was a kid named Joey that I went to preschool with, and he was real. So I don't know if I'm confusing this Joey with that Joey, if you know what I mean. But anyways, he would like taunt me in this place, and I just remember the feeling I got. Like I can see him in my head, and I used to have nightmares about this kid. Now, when he appeared in my nightmares when I was a kid, like experiencing him in my nightmares, he was terrifying. You know who he actually looked like in my nightmares? You know, Where's Waldo? I swear to God, people are gonna be like, what the heck happened to you as a kid? You know, Where's Waldo? He looked like Where's Waldo, but a deformed, low-key demonic Waldo. Maybe not demonic, just weird, deformed, and it was like he was, it's like someone, you know, like in Facetune, you can just edit your face and make you all weird. Like, you could squish your face in editing or whatever. It's like in my dream, he was this messed up edit of Joey. And he would, in my dream, he had like a lollipop. It was those big ones that you get at like carnivals or amusement parks. And he would hold it, and he would go like, kind of like Lil Kim. I can't do it. You know when like Lil Kim goes like this or whatever? It was like that. And he would just like go like this with the lollipop in my dream. And I just remember it freaked me out. And I had that reoccurring dream. I don't know how many times, but many times. And I remember it. And when I would go back to this daycare, I remember being so freaked out because I didn't want to see Joey. So it's like, I don't know if Joey was a real kid, because the Joey from my preschool did not look like the Joey in my dream. Does it make sense? It's the weirdest thing, but I just remember, I think this dream or this nightmare got into my head so much that I was like hallucinating at this daycare, because I remember, like, I can still see where I'm sitting at the daycare. Like, the door is over there and there's a white wall, and I was sitting in a chair at a table, and the Joey from my dream, the one who looks like Where's Waldo, he was in front of me in real life, like doing the Lil Kim thing, you know, with the lollipop. And I remember the daycare teacher or something asked me what's wrong, and I said Joey won't leave me alone, or he's bothering me. Like, I don't feel, I don't know what I said, but I said something about him, and I don't think she could see him. So it's like, I don't know if it just, cause I'm a huge visualizer and like daydreamer, and I've always been that way. I live in my head. I have like a whole world going on in my head 24/7. So it's like, I don't know if I just imagine this whole thing. But Joey, and I don't know if I got the name Joey from the kid that I knew from preschool. And then I was starting to think that he's Joey, even though the Joey that I kept seeing looks like the Where's Waldo guy. Like, I don't know. I know this is like, you probably won't believe, well, I think you'll believe it, but it's something that just doesn't make any sense to me. I remember it though. Like, I can still see him doing that to me, and it freaked me out. So was it in my head? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Was it paranormal? I don't know. But I just remember it's like nobody could see him, but I could. I could see him. So was he real? Was I just hallucinating? Was I so scared from my nightmares of this Joey that I just started thinking I saw him in real life? Like, I don't know. And then one day he just went away, and I just kind of carried on with my life. And oh my God, I don't know if you guys remember this, or if you're new to my channel, but I do have a video that I filmed years ago about another reoccurring dream that I had when I was like 9 years old. And it's when I rearranged the furniture in my room. Like, I put my bed on the other side of my room, and I started having this really crazy reoccurring dream of this kid. Oh, I swear to God, people are gonna think, but you know what, like, whatever, I don't even care anymore. Like, I know that I'm effed up in the best way possible. Like, I just, whatever, I just live my life every day, and I just tell you guys the most random stuff. But you should definitely check out that video, because I had the craziest reoccurring dream where this kid, he had a red shirt, and I'd be walking to school every morning, and a dog would come by and bite his head off, and just blood would be splattering like everywhere. And it happened when I moved my bed to the opposite side of my room, and I changed around the furniture in my bedroom. That is when I had those nightmares, and it kept going every single night. And then I just decided, okay, maybe I need to, is this like a haunted part of my bedroom? I'm gonna rearrange my furniture, put it back to the way it was, move my bed over here. And when I did that, the dream stopped. So I don't know. I just, like, there's a lot of weird stuff that I've, you know, experienced as a kid. But that Joey thing, like, I don't know. I don't know what that was. Like, maybe it was all in my head, but I just thought, it just kind of, this whole idea with this video and people's experiences that no one's gonna believe just kind of, you know, inspired me to tell you guys. So I don't know. I don't know. And maybe I was reading like Where's Waldo books when I was a kid. Well, not really reading it, you know how you're just trying to look for him. Like, maybe I was doing that, and it just kind of formed this image in my head. But I can just still see him with that lollipop and doing that weird, like he's dodging something. Like, he was taunting me though. Like, that is the best word, the way to describe it is he was taunting me. Like, he wasn't friendly. Was I talking to him? No, it's just, it's almost like it was like a telepathic thing, and he just, I don't know, it was so weird. Oh my God, like, I don't know. But then, like I said, I knew there was a Joey that I went to preschool with, so is that where I got the name from? You know what I mean? So anyways, I thought that I would share that. It's quite disturbing, but let me know what y'all think down below. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to everyone that's been sending me your paranormal experience. I've been really enjoying reading all of your experiences on my Instagram. So like, I've asked you guys to, if you want to share your experience with me, to hopefully make it into my next video and the following video, because I have a paranormal series with my subscribers where I tell your stories in my videos, and it's becoming this whole series now because there's so many submissions, which I'm really excited about. So if you want to send me your paranormal story, then make sure to DM me on Instagram at BrittanyCrab44. And the next video is coming up. It might come out after this one, but I'm like, it's gonna continue because there's a lot, so when I want to keep up with it, you know what I mean? So, but I'm excited. I love reading everything. It's so crazy, and a lot of you guys are so intuitive. I mean, we all are, but it just kind of depends on how focused you are on that part of your life, you know what I mean? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I feel like I'm just freaking people out. Like, what happened to you as a kid, girl? Because like, what? I don't know, I just thought I would share it, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you want your tornado chaser merch, link is down below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.